What's going on, guys? Dirtsheet clocking in from the Spoiler Alert Network. I'm coming at you today with a review video of NXT UK Takeover Cardiff. It just happened on Saturday, a couple days late, but you guys know by now I have no grasp of time conception. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each match. I'm going to break it down and give you guys the results and my input on the match. It was about 3 hours long, roughly, and it was spread out over 6 matches. So we're going to jump right in. Okay, so the first match on the card was Noam versus Travis Banks in a one-on-one, I guess, grudge match. It was the opening match on the card. This was a decent match to have first on the show. It was a quality match between these guys, and right now there seems to be no real direction for either Noam or Travis Banks. Travis Banks just had a match against Walter for the UK Championship, I think like a month ago or so, and now we don't really know where he's going to go from here. So I think throwing him in a match with Noam Dar was kind of good. It got him his appearance at Takeover. Same with Noam Dar. These guys put on a really good match, and I really enjoyed it. It was a quality match to start the show. So the next match on the card, we actually had a special appearance from a WWE superstar. Cesaro made an appearance at NXT Takeover Cardiff, and we seen he had an interview earlier this week saying that he was going to fly out and examine the roster and see what all the hype was about this takeover. And he showed up, and he was backstage, and he issued an open challenge to anybody on the NXT roster. It could have been anybody who stepped up. And this got me a little excited. And then Ilya Dragunov is actually the one who stepped up and told Cesaro, hey, let's go do it. Let's go fight in the ring. But they went out and they had an impromptu match, one-on-one, and it was actually an incredible match, in my opinion. These guys just put it all on the line. Ilya Dragunov really stepped up, and it was hard-hitting. Like, these guys were meleeing each other. It was ugly. There was some uppercuts that Cesaro threw that I didn't know if Ilya Dragunov was still breathing, honestly. And then at one point in the match, Cesaro put the Cesaro swing on Ilya Dragunov and took him around a full rotation 40 times. The crowd was counting, thank God, because I can't count that high. It got ridiculous. I got dizzy just watching it. It was absolutely insane. But this match was really good. Cesaro hit the neutralizer to come away with the win, and then he come back out after the match, and it looked like he was going to attack Ilya Dragunov, but he actually pulled him in for a hug, congratulated him on a good match. I think this was great for Ilya Dragunov because Ilya Dragunov is just getting his NXT UK career started, and to have a match this caliber against the caliber superstar as Cesaro. Cesaro is very accomplished. He's been around in the WWE for a while, and he is also a multiple-time tag team champion. He's very tenured, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So this was great for Ilya Dragunov to have a match like that. Even though he didn't come out with a win, he still wins in this because he's going to get a ton of attention for this match. Okay, so the next match on the card was very, very exciting. It was a triple threat tag team match for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. We had the champions, the grizzled young veterans, defending against Gallus and Wales' own Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. And I honestly didn't count Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews as factors in this match at all. I really thought Gallus was going to walk away with the titles because they've been so dominant for so long. But we had new champions crowned, and it was actually an incredible match. Very back and forth. We had moments during the match where both teams shined and had extended bouts of dominance. And we seen at one point Wolfgang do a weird-ass flip over the top rope like RVD into a spear on Flash Morgan Webster, and it was just like the most incredible thing I've ever seen for a man his size. I don't know how he pulled it off, but the match was very, very good. I really enjoyed this match. It kept me excited. The crowd was popping for this match, and then after the match, when Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster won in the titles, they actually ran into the crowd and celebrated with everybody in the crowd, and it was kind of a cool sight to see because it's, they were the hometown guys, and they weren't even supposed to be on the show before they qualified for this match, so it was really impressive to see them show up and show out like that. So the next match on the card was arguably the most entertaining match of the night for me, as there was a few bits and pieces of it that made me legitimately chuckle, like hearty belly chuckle. But it was Dave Mastiff against Joe Coffey in a last man standing match, and this match went all over the arena, and it started getting real crazy real quick. Like 3 seconds into the match, I'm pretty sure, roughly, time it, 3 seconds. Mastiff whipped Joe Coffey into the corner and just obliterated the top turnbuckle. Like, it came off and the top rope was just gone. Mastiff sat there like, what the fuck happened? I don't know if this was planned or if it was just a sheer accident, but they played it off like that's just the power of Dave Mastiff. Dave Mastiff can hurl a man so hard with the turnbuckle that it just kind of breaks. So he started using the metal rod in the turnbuckle, and he was putting it in Joe Coffey's nose and putting it in his mouth for a face lock. It was just, it looked painful. It really did. And then Joe Coffey at one point went to springboard, forgot that there wasn't a top rope, and then fell off the middle rope, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't stop laughing for about 33 seconds. But it didn't stay in the ring very long. They eventually went outside the ring, and then Joe Coffey randomly pulled a pool cue off the floor. I don't know how it got there, and then he beat the hell out of Dave Mastiff with it, and then he pulled this bag with Gallus' logo, and it had all kinds of stuff. There was more pool cues, there was a cricket bat, there was all kinds of things in there. And Dave Mastiff actually beat the hell out of Joe Coffey with the cricket bat, and this thing is fucking thick, like this thick. It was like 4 or 5 inches thick, and it sounded like it stung every time he hit Joe Coffey with it. And then they ended up making their way over to the announce area, and eventually they both fell about 10 feet through a couple of tables, and they were using this crate, this wheeled crate, to climb back up to their feet because they were just so wore out. And Joe Coffey was like, fuck you, kicked the crate out from under Dave Mastiff, and that's how Joe Coffey won, because Mastiff just kind of fell. This match was really, really good, and I enjoyed it. So the next match on the card was for the NXT UK Women's Championship. All of their titles are a mouthful. It's ridiculous. But it was Toni Storm defending her championship against Kaylee Ray. And I had really high hopes for this match. And before I jump into this, I want to say I have the utmost respect for every superstar on a WWE roster, man or woman. They can do things that I can't do with all the drugs. It's ridiculous. They're insanely athletic. With that being said, this match disappointed me. I had really high hopes for this match because Toni Storm had a couple of really good matches with Rhea Ripley to win the championship. And Kaylee Ray is a really, really good superstar. But it just kind of let me down. It didn't live up to the hype that I had for it. Maybe I put too much into the match. But it was really slow paced. The crowd was dead too. You could tell I wasn't the only one who was kind of like meh with the match. It was incredibly slow paced, honestly. And it just didn't keep my attention. You seen Toni Storm get really emotional in the middle of the match, maybe a little too emotional. It looked like she was trying too hard. That's easy for me to say. I've never acted a scene once in my life. I don't know how hard it is. But from a fan's viewpoint, I wasn't impressed with the match. There was kind of a shocking outcome. Kaylee Ray won. Then we got a new champion out of it. It ended really quick, almost seemed like it ended as quick as it started. Honestly, she hit a gory bomb on the top rope and then hit another one on the mat. That was kind of a cool moment. But honestly, this match kind of let me down. I hope we get a rematch, and I hope that they really go hard in the next match. So the main event of the evening was for the WWE UK Championship, and it was the champion Walter defending against Tyler Bate, and I was stoked for this match. I mean, incredibly pumped. I'm a huge Tyler Bate fan. I will go out on a limb to say he's not just the future of the NXT UK brand, but of WWE as a whole. This guy is only 22, 23, and he can do it all. This little ball of muscle can do everything. He's charismatic, he's quick, he's athletic, he's got big, strong boy strength, he can cut a promo. Just about anything you can think of, in or outside the ring, Tyler Bate can do, and he can do fabulously. Now, this match, I believe, is a shoo-in for Match of the Year. It is the best match I've seen all year long. It was absolutely incredible. It went on for 40 minutes. That's almost an hour. I can't even stand for an hour. Sometimes I get lazy and I'll just sit down. And these dudes fought for an hour. It was insane. I really think it's better than Pete Dunne and Walter. And at the time, I thought that Pete Dunne and Walter was a shoo-in for Match of the Year. And this match just blew it out of the water. Absolutely crazy. Now, at the beginning of the match, it looked like Bate was trying to stay away from Walter. Walter's the big dude. He was just trying to hug him, I guess. Walter was just coming in for a hug. But Bate would kick his legs and stay away from him, use his speed to get away. It eventually went outside the ring where Walter powerbombed Tyler Bate onto the apron, and then he was going to powerbomb him against the ring post, which is how he almost put him out of action not too long ago. But this was really scary because he was a little too far away. Instead of Bate's back hitting the ring post, it was actually the back of his neck and his head, and the crowd got really quiet because we really thought this match was going to be discontinued because Bate was actually hurt. But this man, this incredible human being, climbed back into the ring and fought for almost 30 more minutes. It was the most incredible thing I've seen in a long time. and we see resiliency on both sides. Neither one of these guys wanted to stay down. I really thought that this match was just never going to end because they refused to lose. With that being said, I think Tyler Bate showed a little more resiliency because Walter was in control of this match for a long while. There was incredible bursts from Tyler Bate, but Walter really controlled this match and controlled the pace of it. Bate showed his strength several different times. He hit the airplane spin on Walter. He hit him with the Tyler Driver 97. He hit him with an exploder suplex, a standing suplex, a stalling German suplex with a bridge. Like, it was insane. And even when Bate was down, he was not out because Bate would crawl on his back towards Walter and kick him. Just kind of, man, fuck you. And he just wouldn't stop fighting. And he would be on the apron just shaking his head, saying no, he wasn't going to stay down. And Walter was just hitting him with chop after chop, boot after boot. And I don't know if you guys have seen this man, but his hands are the size of skillets and his boot is even bigger. I don't know what's bigger than a skillet. Name something. A truck, I guess. I don't know. But Bate would not stay down. And towards the end of the match, Walter hit Bate with a powerbomb, and then he laid all of his weight on Bate's legs to try to keep him from kicking out. And Bate kicked out at 1. It was incredible. And then he went to he channeled everything that he had left to get up, but it was to no avail as Walter hit him with a JBLS clothesline. He flipped poor Tyler Bate inside out. Tyler Bate didn't know where Tyler Bate was. I didn't know where Tyler Bate was. Walter didn't know where anybody was. He somehow managed to scramble into the pin, and he retained his title. This match, I'm not mad with the outcome at all. Walter has not been champion for very long. I really think that he needs an extended reign for the amount of hype that he came over to the brand with, and Tyler Bate is very, very young, and he will get his second reign, and he will move on to bigger and better things. As I said, I believe he is going great places in the company. But we're going to look back on this match, and throughout all of the incredible matches that Tyler Bate has had in singles or tag team competition, we're going to look back at this match and be, this match is the match that defined Tyler Bate. This is the night where Tyler Bate wrote his legacy as a WWE superstar, and I was really, really impressed with it. As I said, I think it'll be match of the year. We had a really cool moment for both factions as Imperium met Walter on the stage as Walter was walking out, and then they walked off together. And then British Strong Style, Pete Dunne and Trent Seven came out to the ring, and they helped Tyler Bate up. Tyler Bate got a well-deserved standing ovation, and we kind of seen the pillars of this brand in the ring together as they got a standing ovation. We don't know what's next for British Strong Style. I think I know what's next for Tyler Bate, but we don't know what's going on with Pete Dunne on the NXT roster right now going after Velveteen Dream's title. So it's all kind of up in the air for them as a team. So this might have been the last time we see them in the ring together for a while. So it was really cool to see the reaction they got, and I was really impressed with this match. Alright guys, that's all the time I have for tonight. Thank you for joining me in my review video of NXT TakeOver Cardiff. If you guys haven't watched this show yet, I highly recommend it. It is a great watch. Go give it a watch. If you have seen it, comment on this video. Like, share, let us know what you think. Get your friends involved. I want to hear your guys' viewpoints on this show and what you thought of each match. You guys can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, the Spoiler Alert Network, #TSAN. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'm clocking out.